Are you afraid of the dark? Are you scared? You know, I am you.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I just got off from the gym. I finished today is the end of day 1 week 4 of the deadlift only program from Aesthetics. So the previous videos were just kind of just showing you the day ones from each week. This time around, what I want to pretty much is just talk about how the program is structured, and some finds that I figured out pretty much throughout the program. So pretty much the program is based on the conjugate method. For those who do not know what a conjugate method is, on the simplest terms, it's pretty much picking up exercises that you are weak on and just building up on them. So in my case, my deadlift was very weak, and it still is. Right now, my max is 345, 355, and on the deficit, I haven't tested out my new conventional PR yet. But pretty much today I was able to pull 300 for 5. It was a struggle, so but I was able to pull through. Today was my max effort day, so it's pretty much going all out and testing your limits at this point. So what the conjugate method is, like I said, just building up on your weaknesses. And in theory, what it's supposed to do is that once you build up on those weaknesses, it's supposed to have a carryover to your main lift, which in my case is the conventional deadlift. I was working with deficits. Today was my first time working on regular conventional. It felt a little awkward because on the deficit I'm able to kind of use a little more leg drive because of the range of motion. But that actually definitely helped me out today, because when I pulled, I realized that I was using more leg drive. I felt a little more steady, and I felt that the weights moved a little quicker than usual, which, as I stated before on my previous videos, the problem that I find is not really the lockout, is more of getting it off the ground fast enough. And that's really where my problem is, and was and still is. But I find it that it's getting a lot better now. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much based on the whole program. I'm not doing a lot of squats. I'm pretty much just squatting once, a week, which I have noticed that it is taking a toll on my squat numbers, but I'm not really too concerned about that right now. My real concern is my deadlift. And yeah, I mean, I am doing a lot of stuff that I'm not really used to. So I am doing GHRs. I'm doing a lot of core work because, throughout the program, I realized that my core is not strong enough. So I'm trying to build it up. I'm doing a lot of planks with weights on it. I'm just doing a lot of core work, GHRs for my hamstrings and my glutes. Something that I'm not really used to. And, glute training to me was, what am I doing, right? But, now that I'm doing deadlifts, I realize that, that's something that I definitely need. So I'm incorporating a lot of glute training. Basically, all the bodybuilding work that I'm doing, it's, is accessory work. So it's really all, for the purpose of me getting better on my main lifts. So I will do a lot of lat pull downs, pull ups, rows. So it's just a lot of it is basically to help me on my deadlift, which is definitely improving. This is something that I'm not really so used to. Even though Squat Every Day was a conjugate method program, based on a conjugate method, this is very different. I realized that my back is getting tight, my hips are tight, so it is taking a little bit of a toll on me. It is gonna get harder. So that's why my diet has to be on point when it comes to this. I was on a cut. Right now I'm pretty much just going increasing my calories little by little to go to maintenance level. Because on a cut, I just can't. There's no way I will do this program. It's just too much for my body to handle. And for the past 3 days, I've been eating like crap. So I've been eating all types of crazy stuff. I haven't even been hitting my macros properly. My protein definitely have not been hitting it. Um, I just love carbs so much. But it's just that and today I felt it. When I woke up, I felt laggy. I felt not even. I didn't even want to lift. And I usually wake up every day at 6 in the morning. But today I actually overslept. I woke up at 9, which it was first for me. So I mean, I was rested, but it's just that all those carbs and it's just all that amount of junk that I ate. It just kind of made me feel a little sick today. So I still ended up putting 300 off the floor, which I expected, and that was my plan. I was hoping I go to 315, for 5, but throughout the week I am gonna test it out. Obviously, I'm gonna put my diet on check again, and make sure I eat properly and get all my macronutrients in there, and that's definitely gonna help me out. But yeah, so that's just kind of an introductory video of what the conjugate method is. I definitely this is more of an intermediate level type of program. I'm still a beginner, and obviously I'm having a hard time keeping up with the program. I am doing the program. I have not skipped one single day yet. But I definitely recommend this for somebody that is more intermediate, somebody that is at least pulling or squatting their weight 1.5 or like their weight and 0.5 more, so that they're able to keep up with the program, because it is very demanding. You're pretty much maxing out every week. You're working with 85% to 90% of your max range, and your max range is always going to change because throughout the weeks, because one, you're going to get stronger, so therefore your max is bigger. Today was the first time pulling 300 for 5. I was never used to pulling that type of numbers. Usually what I do is I go and stick with 275 for 5, and and that felt heavy as hell. Now 275 doesn't feel as heavy, but it's just that it's just something that keeps me pushing. So that's why I'm doing this program. And yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping that by week 8, so I got 4 more weeks, I'm hoping that my numbers will increase, and I will keep you guys posted as to how the progress keeps on going. And I'm looking forward for week 8, which I'm very excited about, which I'm going to be testing my PR in there, my 1 rep max, and let's see how this program works. So far it has done wonders for me on the deficit, so let's see if my regular conventional improves as well. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. See ya.